A queer coming-of-age story charmed us, a balletic shoot-'em-up raised our adrenaline, and the star game of Lockdown provided a desert island escape from real life. My name is Adam, and you are on Cyber Raccoon channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the 15 best video games of 2020. Spelunky 2. Dive into caves, get slightly further than you did last time, and die hilariously. That's the Spelunky loop, and it's compelling. With its rideable turkeys, spilling lava, and omnipresent hazards, Raccoon's subterranean world is entropic but thrillingly conquerable. It might not do much that the first Spelunky didn't, 10 years ago, but the original is a perfect game, and it is so good to have it back. Among Us. Your friends are on a spaceship with you, but one is a saboteur. Who is it? Accusations have consequences as suspects are jettisoned through the airlock, even if they turn out to be innocent. The ultimate party game of our paranoid times, Among Us runs on a magic mix of an intriguing scenario and good old human deviousness. Spiritfarer. A game about helping departed souls find peace and move on might seem a bit much for 2020, but Spiritfarer makes it all feel so warm and sweet. It's about death being inevitable, but also natural. Ghibli-inspired and beautiful to look at, the game has a magical realist flavor as you upgrade your barge of lost souls with vegetable gardens and odd bedrooms. If Found. A queer coming-of-age story set in 1990s Ireland, played by wiping out the pages of a diary as its author slowly comes undone. It ends on an uplifting note, though, and its themes of self-discovery and beautifully drawn young friendships conjure powerful nostalgia that transcends its very specific place and time. Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It might not stretch itself out over tens of hours, but this Spider-Man game is all the better for it. A web-slinging caper that turns New York into an adventure playground, freshening things up by switching us away from Peter Parker and exploring young Miles' world instead. Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout. Another breakout hit, Fall Guys is a madcap cartoon game show replete with slime, giant footballs and fake doors, and it's joyous and silly enough to keep you coming back for another shot at its ludicrous arenas. Turns out that light competition, camaraderie and physical comedy was just what we needed to cheer us up this year. Doom Eternal. Sometimes, you just gotta shoot things, and if you gotta shoot things, Doom Eternal is the best video game in a very long time. From minute one you're guiltlessly eviscerating demons with shotguns and plasma rifles while heavy metal guitars scream in the background. It is a violent spectacle underpinned by very smart design and movement, like a gore-soaked ballet. Yakuza, Like a Dragon. An over-the-top Japanese gangster game about male friendship and vulnerability. A fresh start for a long-running series, Like a Dragon has a relatable and down-to-earth star in 40-something Ichiban Kasuga, a washed-up Yakuza trying to get back on his feet. You can sing karaoke, punch goons or hit the arcades in this virtual Yokohama, but Ichiban's good deeds are what you'll remember. Microsoft Flight Simulator. In a year where travel became an impossibility, Microsoft Flight Simulator showed us the world. A showcase for Microsoft's extraordinary cloud technology, it had us soaring over a digital recreation of the entire planet. Whether you're going full pilot mode or just picking up a controller and hitting the skies with elegantly simplified flight controls, it's a true escape from the confines of our surroundings. Kentucky Route Zero. Over 9 years and 5 chapters, The three-person studio cardboard computer has created one of the most important and impactful games of our times, a magical realist, minimalist masterwork of Gothic Americana. Inspired by Pynchon, Matisse and 2008's Great Recession, Kentucky Route Zero veers from text adventure to virtual play, ghost story to parable. It is unmissable. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. A stunningly beautiful game. This vaguely Nordic fairy tale about a light spirit and an owlet lost in a forest feels incredible to play. Every leap, run and swipe lands just right, precise and graceful. It's also no pushover. Veterans of 90s platform games will delight in the challenge. Demon's Souls. An exceptional work of horror fantasy, reborn on the PlayStation 5. Plunged into a decaying realm where pretty much everything has long since died, you must face hideous demons, undead knights and plague creatures, foes that will send shivers up you, and are capable of killing you in seconds. Fighting for survival in this world feels so intense, so physical, that it can make your hands shake. And that's not even mentioning the black phantoms that can invade your world and assassinate you. When it all gets too much, you can fall back on your fellow players, asking for help or summoning them to your world to help you through a tough spot. The Last of Us Part 2. An uncompromising, confronting and sometimes upsetting game about revenge and the awful things that humans can do to each other. Superbly acted by its cast, The Last of Us Part 2 challenges the video game convention that because we're in control, we're the good guy. One of the greatest horror works in any medium. Hades. Zagreus, son of Hades, must escape his father's miserable underworld palace, so here you are shooting, scything and punching hordes of nightmare Greek creatures, stepping into Tartarus over and over until you finally make it to the surface. And flirting with a bunch of Greek gods on the way. The combat is fantastic, but it's Hades' unconventional approach to storytelling that will prove most influential. It has a play loop that repeats itself but dialogue that doesn't. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. The star game of Lockdown, the deserted island alternate life simulator that provided an outlet for millions of players' creativity, let us all hang out with our friends, and birthed 1,000 memes. Animal Crossing has always been good, but this version arrived at just the right time, offering us a soothing escape from a real world that was becoming scary and unpredictable. For many, 2020 will be remembered as the Animal Crossing year as much as the pandemic year. Subscribe our channel, rate this video, and you will always be aware of what to play today.